Well, first of all, shame, shame, shame on Warren Buffett for saying that the rating agencies are to be forgiven because 300 million other Americans didn't see the housing bubble either. That's like going under the knife to get open heart surgery and terrible malpractice is done on you and you're crippled the rest of your life. And the doctor says, well, hey, there are 300 million other Americans who can't do open heart surgery either, so don't blame me. But this guy is a doctor, he's a professional, he's licensed by the government, and so it is with these rating agencies. They held themselves out as being better, and the customers who used them relied on that government imprimatur to buy what amounts to cover your ass insurance, so that they could make bad decisions and then blame it on the rating agencies.
What did even these guys sitting on the commissions, that didn't even seem to dawn on them?
Well, I'm sure they were all quite starstruck by the great Warren Buffett.
I mean, you heard the two investigators that went out to Omaha to do the pre-interview brought books for him to autograph, right?
Yeah, I mean, look, we've got the Obama administration that's talking about bringing criminal charges against BP. Why don't we bring criminal charges against the rating agencies for criminal stupidity that the entire world relied on and continued to rely on, and for Warren Buffett, this supposed pillar of integrity, to not do the right thing and say, I was wrong, my company was wrong, I'm firing those people, I'm going to get a new crew in of smarter people. That's what he ought to be saying if he was the real Oracle of Omaha.
Yeah, once he sells all his shares. Martin, we had Mr. Kudlow on today. He's starting a new agency that's going to rate mortgage-backed securities. He says that you cannot get buyers of bonds to pay for the ratings of bonds, that a pension fund expects that if somebody comes to them and says, we want you to buy this package of mortgage-backed securities, they expect that that fee has already been paid by the issuer of the debt, and they're not going to put any more. Why should I, running the pension fund, put up money to figure out whether or not your product that you're trying to sell me is worth it?
Because the free
Don, let's get Don in here.
Because it's investment advice, and if the investment advice has value, it's worth paying for. Exactly. The executives of the pension fund you're talking about, they are themselves paid. Who pays them and why? It's because presumably they give good advice. The revealed reality, though, is that these rating agencies give rotten advice. They are populated by the
but you're not answering my question.
Mr.
Kudlow, who started Kroll Security, very smart guy, entrepreneur, says, I tried for 6 months to do that exact model. Nobody would pay for it.
Well, look, there are plenty of people who start businesses who don't have a track record, but there are also people who try to break into government-sanctioned cartels, which is what the three rating agencies are.
Agreed.
If Kroll could get the same kind of government imprimatur that the others have, then people would be forced to pay him.
Yeah, you know, everybody here is in agreement about that stupid designation by the Securities and Exchange Commission, and yet most of Congress, with the exception, believe it or not, of Barney Frank, seems to not want to go along with it.